start taking this radical responsibility that everything around me happens because of me. You can change the observer enough to see love everywhere. That's the true opening of what's right in front of us. But every time you put out a new thought about the old problem, even your parents, you know, the people that are meant to guide you, did not have guidance themselves. Alright, let's see how I want to do my hair. This is good. It's just... okay, come, let's try this out, okay? Because I bought recently like this eye bag cream that is supposed to reduce this in like 1 minute, and sometimes when I'm filming a video I just can't get over like how puffy my eyes look, and a lot of people don't really care, but I do. So let's see, where am I supposed to put it again? Nope, still there. The thing when you throw away, you know, all the boxes, you just forget the instructions. You're like, yeah, I'll remember this, and then you throw away the box and now you don't know what you're doing. Anyway, so for today's topic, I actually want to be talking about fixing your relationships. And recently I just wrote this note on my phone and I want to expand on it on a new video. I'm just going to be very open and honest about whatever I've written down, because this was originally meant for me to hear, and me being me, I don't have any ill intentions on what perspective it might be, you know, it might mean to offend anyone. I'm just saying in my best tonality possible, and I hope that everyone that's watching this, disclaimer, please have a good, you know, conscience on whatever I'm sharing. Always give people you're watching the benefit of doubt, because this is when you're fully open, you're not triggered, and you're able to receive the information in the way that it's supposed to, rather than being triggered and then attacking, you know, people for saying things that you have not yet accepted. So always be open whenever you are ready to watch a video or someone, you know, just, yeah. Okay, so maybe the eye bag kind of, I'm feeling it a bit like, it's a bit like harder in that area. Majority of the girls I love and look up to, one of the first relationship they fixed was the one with their mothers. So I guess you can say that it's because I came from my own personal experience on fixing my relationship with my mom, and then I began to see how other girls that I look up to with things that they have been winning in life with, they also have a good relationship with their mothers. Like, you don't care about what, you know, happened in the past, on how disappointed you were with your own mother or how disappointed she was on you and all that. You just get past it, understand that even your parents are learning. Even your parents, you know, the people that are meant to guide you, did not have guidance themselves. So once you have that, you know, sort of empathy and understanding to be able to give them grace, you start giving yourself grace as well. We as women nowadays are getting later and later into pregnancy, right? And this kind of realization is meant to happen after you have your own kids, and then you look at your mom and you kind of just appreciate her for everything that she has went through to get you to this certain age, right? And this is that period of time that we should be, you know, forging our relationship back with our own mothers. But sadly, we have been, you know, pushing back this time of us becoming mothers ourselves, and as compared to our previous generation, that we are also pushing back the lessons that we are meant to learn in our late 20s going into 30s. But I do feel that because this age is the time where everyone is, you know, going through the awakening, we are getting better and better with fixing our relationships. And for men, right, I do think that the most important relationship they have other than their mothers is with their dad. The moment when a boy loses his father, no matter how old he is, right, the moment he loses his father, he has to step into the role of what he thinks a father should be, and that is a compilation of who his father was, as well as who he thinks, how he thinks he can do better, and then they have to live live in this character right here and now. And coming from me as someone who really believes that we are all souls just having a human experience, we chose to be here, we chose this lifetime, we chose our family, we chose our parents, our siblings, whether or not we have siblings, our background, which country to grow up in and all that. I feel that we actually made the choice before coming down here so that we get to learn whatever experiences that we want to. I feel that your family is the first lesson that you have surrounded yourself with, and that is the first lesson that you should work on before you can go out there and conquer the world. You know, fix your relationship with your parents because you chose them. Once you start taking this radical responsibility that everything around me happens because of me, even if you call it fate, destiny, it's all you, you'll get so much growth. You will have so much more perspective of how you could handle each situation in like 5 different ways, how you want to react to everything. Okay, this triggers me, this makes me happy, so you know, you just keep going from triggers and happiness and all that, but never really changing the observer himself. But once you start taking radical responsibility, you would then see so many things differently. And I do feel like the first thing that you should really try looking at is the relationship with your family. So for me, I think girls and their mothers is the first relationship that we should really reflect on, and then the father, and then, you know, your siblings and your cousins and all that, your family in general. And then for boys, it's your father and then your mother, and then how you treat your girlfriend, how you treat your partners, your business relationship and all that. For people who have fixed their relationships with their mom and their fathers, they tend to soar and take more chances. So family is truly the first lesson you choose to teach yourself. It's a full representation of your world and how you can change the observer enough to see love everywhere. That's the true opening of what's right in front of us, and that is what I call the true opening of consciousness. The third eye open. A lot of times when I talk about, you know, how I would type in captions on my Instagram and then I'll put like the one eye, that to me is a representation of the third eye opening. So when you open your third eye, that is not a physical, you know, representation. That is not like what we see on all those Chinese movies when we're younger, of all those ghosts and stuff with this god with a third eye that's like that. Yeah, that to me is kind of scary. I think like growing up Chinese, we have a lot of ghost stories and like stuff like that, but over time I just stopped indulging in it and I stopped being scared. So for me, what a third eye opening is looking at things but seeing a different perspective. For example, when you go to work for a company, instead of thinking that, you know, this is my life for the next 30 years, see it as a medium that is taking in your energy to then exchange in return money to you, right? So every company is a pendulum. And what a pendulum in Transurfing reality Transurfing the book, a pendulum is just a group or an organization that takes energy to keep something real. A car company like Mercedes, right? It has employees that is consistently showing up to work every day and making it real, making this company real. You know, like the moment you say I work for Mercedes, it is now real in your world as well as the person you're talking to, right? They weren't even thinking about Mercedes. Mercedes at that second did not exist, but the moment you bring it up, it now exists in both of your reality. And then every time there's a logo out there where you're like, okay, a Mercedes car brand or like a poster and all that, it's keeping it real in our world. So I do believe that whatever we see in manifestation are all consistent thoughts of it that is built up into the physical. So everything that happens in the mind has to happen, you know, like for a while longer before it starts settling in to the physical. I just know how it works, and right now the knowing itself has changed my life already. So just stay open to this idea. You don't have to only hear it from me. I'm sure that now that I've speaked it out, you would start picking out ideas yourself, right? On how a lot of times companies are just sucking our energy, not in a bad way, because sometimes we need money, right? We need money to pay the bills, to stay physical, right? To stay in this game that we have chose to come. So it's not bad. We are just, all we have to do is become a bit more wise about the things that we give attention to. Know that your attention can be converted into money, so don't just give it away easily, you know, to like cheap dopamine, scrolling the Instagram, or going to the clubs and like watching other people doing things. You know, don't just give it away so easily. What you focus on, you get to pull closer to you, and you also get to create. So be more intentional about where you put your attention on, and then you will see how your life change. If you're consistently putting attention on like going to the clubs, impressing girls, buying new cars and all that, then sure, it will be brought forward to you, but you would also carry along with the debts, the unhappiness when you're alone, can't deal with your own emotions yourself, needing of more distraction to turn you away from the triggers that you get, right? So there's a lot of things that are truly just a representation of you. So before this video gets a bit too like down, I just want to say like the true meaning of opening up your third eye is to be able to see things for what they actually are, that we are living in a matrix, and we get to choose, you know, this game that we want to play. Just know that you are fully in control of everything you see within your world. You can take radical responsibility. If you start taking responsibility of all the relationships around you, you start acting differently. And because you start acting differently, you expect other people to act differently as well. Even though the first few times, it might not happen, because you know what happens in the brain, it takes a bit of time before it settles into the physical manifestation. But every time you put out a new thought about the old problem, the surrounding around you, you know, the parallel universe will be chosen that pulls what you want more of closer into this current universe that you're living in. This is why I really believe in the parallel universe theory. How there's so many different kinds of scenarios that are just a tiny fraction, you know, different from the one that you're currently living. And every time you make a new choice about the same old problem, another film gets pulled towards you, another universe gets pulled towards you. So that tree or that building or this house might still be here, but something is subtly changing. Something is subtly changing. Things are moving towards your direction. So be very careful of what you put your attention on, because you are pulling that universe into you, which is what's important to you. You're telling the universe that, please universe, bring me more of what hurt me because I'm constantly reacting to hurt, or bring me more of what pleased me because I'm constantly celebrating what I love. So today's celebration, I want to celebrate this necklace, this earring, and this nice little dress that I'm wearing. I feel so girly. I did my hair and I smell amazing. So I enjoy all this stuff that makes me feel like me, makes me feel like I am becoming more of a version that I want to be, and that's someone who is a bit more softer. Yeah. I have went about life in the hard way for 20+ years, and now I just want to take it easy because I know how to use the magic. And that is the secret. For all you ladies out there, if you always wonder like, why is my relationship always the same? You know, why do I keep ending up with the same guys? Try to reflect on the relationship with your mother. I know to you right now it might make no sense, but take radical responsibility. Or maybe you have an amazing relationship with your mom, then reflect on the one with your dad. You don't have to make everything perfect, right? Let's say you haven't talked to them for many years already. Are you able to think of them and send them well wishes instead of, oh, that happened and this is why we haven't talked for so long? Are you able to just accept, like, okay, that was where we last left it, but I believe that we have been growing over the past few years, and I do believe that things will get better. Maybe not right now, I still don't feel inspired to call her yet, but now that I'm thinking of her, now that, you know, my surrounding reminded me of her, I wish her well. Make peace with wherever you're at. Don't give it any more energy than you have to. Save that energy into celebrating life. So if celebrating life right now is way too far for you, okay, we'll just go with acceptance first. Reflect on every relationship, and that is when you truly get to know yourself. And this is the most important relationship that you will ever work on, the one with yourself. Okay, so I really hope that this video gave you some little ideas or inspiration or little triggers that get you to question some stuff that you have been ignoring or not seeing yet, but this video found you and you decided to watch it. So there must be a message here that's meant for you, whatever it may be. I wish you well, keep growing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!